over and he advised me that Trustee Stan Brown had presented him with a red light camera violation, and he asked him could he get it voided or fix it. I found out it to be a red light camera violation for Frank Zuccarelli. Trustee Stan Brown works for the township. His wife works for the township. I think it's my opponent, Stanley Brown, because of the type of literature that they started out with. The mayor's a liar.
But Trustee Stanley Brown continues to stand his ground. Why are you so certain that it was Mayor Rogers who's behind this?
Because that's his tactic. I look at 2 years ago, he did the same thing to some other opponents that was actually running as trustees.
You don't have to be Sherlock Holmes to figure this out.
Trustee Dwayne Muhammad, the third mayoral candidate not on the flyer, calls the whole thing distasteful.
So let's focus on what the candidate can do for you, the resident.
8 weeks after I got elected, I had a heart attack, a serious heart attack. And I was out for about 6 weeks. And my first meeting when I came back, they mocked me.
You said you were sick and I couldn't. That's not true.
The political flyer refers to the three and an unknown man as Zuccarelli's pawns, doing what they're told, quote, like good, obedient servants on Massa's plantation.
Our differences between myself and Frank Zuccarelli, I think that interferes with some of the things that we're trying to do here, and he intentionally tries to cause chaos in regards to legislation that we try to move here in the village of Dolton.
Thornton Township Supervisor Frank Zuccarelli blamed the flyer on Mayor Rogers' campaign and said it is an example of the sort of hatred, intolerance, and disrespect occurring in our nation today.
We're too mature for that. We're going to live in the same neighborhood when this election is over. We're going to have to still work with one another. But this literature has put a stain on the village of Dolton.
Even Trustee Brown went to as far as to say, he's back and we're going to give him another heart attack. That's cruel.
Dolton trustee and mayoral candidate Stanley Brown says this racially charged letter showed up in his mailbox along with flyers scribbled with racist remarks.
I'm disappointed.
It's just hard for me to understand how evil they can be and how evil they've been in the past.
Does this cross the line?
This crossed the line, and it puts Black people back 100 years.
Which actually interferes with moving this village forward. Trustee Hunt, Trustee Hinder, and Trustee Stan Brown, who's running for mayor, they voted against 99% of the legislation. They voted against hiring police officers. They voted against buying public works vehicles, voted against picking up our garbage. It was a concerted effort to disrupt and cause chaos on the village board, which caused us a lot of embarrassment around this country.
And Mayor Rogers is now accusing the Brown campaign of printing his personal cell phone number on a campaign flyer. Mr. Brown's campaign does not deny that they want Dolton residents to contact the mayor and say no to plans for a strip club. The mayor says there is no strip club in the works. The election is on Tuesday. Campaign flyer. Mr. Brown's campaign does not deny that they want Dolton residents to contact the mayor and say no to plans for a strip club. The mayor says there is no strip club in the works. The election is on Tuesday.
For duty. And I am ready to serve as the first female and youngest person to be mayor here in Dolton.
In case nobody hears it or nobody doesn't know it, this guy is the man. Stan Brown is the man. Aside from Frank Zuccarelli, of course, he's the man of the hour.
We are your servants. I believe that more than anything in the whole world. And I love what I'm doing. I wish I could do this until I die, but I promise Carmen I'm not going to do this until I die. We have to get some other things done. But anyway, tonight is just...
People in the south suburbs are mourning the loss of longtime leader Frank.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're here at the Thornton Township 2021 swearing in of the Frank Zuccarelli and his marvelous team, his trustees and his clerk. And this is one hell of a place to be in a time like this here. few words from Mayor Tiffany.
I want to say congratulations to Frank Zuccarelli. May you have a wonderful, successful 4 years.
You've been voted the Thornton Township Supervisor. How do you feel right now?
Oh man, I'm old.
Choose here, Gen X human, just a human that knows that I know nothing at all, and I'm still learning like the rest of us. Without further delay, let's get into the latest Dolton board meeting. Let's get started. This was quite an interesting meeting, to say the least. However, we're just gonna get right into it. And this stream comes from Reality Check TV Chicago. I'm going to put his link in the description. Please follow, because he has awesome, unrivaled coverage. But let's go, because I believe that this public comment was the only comment that was needed. Shout out Mama Hill.
Why don't you shut up? Everybody in. Y'all didn't agree on this for long enough, so not today. Not today, Mr. Moore. I appreciate you. Not today. Greetings in the name of the Father and the Son. Greetings in the name of the Father and the Son. To every last one of us in this room, we are the creator. We are. He created all of us. I stand here today because I do everything appropriate in Dolton. I always have and I always will. I have had people disrespect me. None of you all created me. The Creator created me. I've had your employees like Mr. Moore, like he's carrying on right now, carrying on with me when I walk into this administration building. I no longer appreciate how the police has been allowed to intrude on my freedom of roam, my freedom of move. I came in and I put in a complaint. I see you all are letting employees go. I'm very much so hoping that it's one of the code enforcers that walked up on me on the weekend last weekend. She decided that she was going to take her utility belt off her clothes to proceed to fight me on my personal private time in this community. She needs to be fired. I filed a police report. I have a police report. It was recorded. This is unacceptable now. To the level of the breaching of public trust is sickening. And then you on people's tax dollars, you want to stand here and keep attacking people. Do you all know what evil is? You're the personification of it. But nobody says anything, right? Don't nobody say anything. I don't like it. My family don't like it, and let me spew something to you all. I ain't gonna make you up of my god doggone family. You do anything to my family members, I represent them. You're not gonna get anyone else. And if you all had any godforsaken sense, your conscience are horrible, and there's nothing you can tell me today about your conscience, because you don't have one. I got trustees walking up on me, and I hold my discernment. That's not from none of you all. Do you all hear what I'm saying here today? None of that comes from none of you all. I'm not angry, but since you all want to play with all this, I was born with this big mouth. See how what I got came from the Creator. None of what you all did. All of you all have wrong. And can y'all, I'm sorry for saying this. How dare y'all use somebody that I did care about to call me for that April 8th crap? And I did it on purpose when I did putting that video out. I dare y'all be that unsafe. None of you all stood up and said one word. Okay, Jason might have came to the police department, but you stand up and you do nothing for these people. And then you want to stand out there and have campaigns and you allow someone with a food program to carry on the way they did, gonna cost us another food program. Y'all better sell everything and everything y'all got. You trustees, how about y'all unbutt y'all money? Because y'all still getting paid, right? Y'all still getting paid. As long as y'all keep taking money, you know better than what you're saying out of your mouth, because it makes no sense. Absolutely no sense. You all allow people to encounter things that they never should have had to encounter. Then when they stood up for themselves,
What did you all do? And all these videos of y'all out here talking with the police, y'all better learn y'all law. Y'all better learn y'all law. Because y'all didn't know the law. And the next time y'all get in front of the camera, decide if you want the camera to continue to run or don't say nothing at all, because you didn't want to stand there and tell the truth. And then you vote Jedediah Brown in here. Nope. You vote Jedediah Brown in here. How dare y'all? How dare y'all think that was the appropriate thing to do? But y'all don't want nobody telling none of y'all stories now, so let me tell you the secret to your life. You had one for you got here, and it's easy to find that you get.
Now, in case it escaped you for what Mama Hill was talking about, let's go ahead and give you the actual play-by-play of what Mama Hill is talking about. Dalton, what are you doing? I thought the trustees was all good with Mama Hill, and they apologized to her and all this stuff. In a shocking turn of events, we find out they only apologize for one thing, not the other. Pay attention.
But this is not about anything. It's about these things impact small children, and we don't want them to think of Easter as a negative.
Hit that like button, bro. It's under 1,000 likes, bro. We should not be under 1,000. There's 2,000 people here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button.
Wasn't that nice? But check this out, because this also happened.
For her to say what she said on television. My immediate response was, and you said it? So you read it and you said it? She said, yeah, I mean, because, I just trust my people around me to tell me and lead me in the right way. I said, but if you read something so insensitive, sis, you don't.
Okay, we'll break that part down later. However, let's continue.
National television.
Dancing over this dead girl. Y'all pathetic ass grown people dancing over that dead girl. Pathetic trustee dancing over the body of a dead girl. You know what? Look, don't in the public forum. My face again. And I'm a grown woman. Don't put your finger. Don't put your finger. Yeah, y'all should get y'all trustee. No. Put it in my face. No. See, that's your problem. And thanks for confirming to the Department of Justice, this is the problem. This is the Department of Justice. To the Department of Justice, this is the problem. So let me tell you, I'm a human rights activist out here. If y'all put me out, I'm a human rights activist. I'm a citizen. I'm a citizen. You know what, sir? That's fine by me. Let's go. Come on, please. Don't put your I'm a human rights activist. You put me out of something in my own community. You put me. No, wait a minute. What did I do? You saw me walking. Please, let's step by. That ain't caused nothing. Please, let's step by. No, I'm not. I'm done. You know what? Not in my own community. Not in my own. And sir, we have to call the police to remove. Are you kidding me? So who are you all? We're police, but But what did I tell me? What I did? You're creating a disturbance. No, I didn't. You all violating my rights. I came in here and said nothing to no one. I walked away. Y'all saw him walk on me. Step out that door.
And did y'all possibly know that the state was allegedly coming in and take over? Ooh. So what do y'all think? Does Tiffany have to go? Or do they all got to go and just start over? Comment below. Now, in case y'all don't know, the other thing that we're referencing, and we will get to this a little bit later if need be, the person that was speaking was the PR/chief of staff or chief of staff /PR within the first 4 to 6 months of Mayor Henyard's tenure.
She said residents have lost trust in government because of the discord. This is not a show. We're not the housewives of Atlanta.
There are 2 cardinal sins to a Black woman's hair. 1, you don't get it wet. For 2, if you mess it up, you replace it. Well, you know what?
Remember, this is your food.
You got to send me back the check.
that picture. Okay.
I grew up.
Now, if you want to know what she means by you brought this person in and something about meeting with the police, let's look at that.
Century was it not? Did you rape that woman? Did you put something in her drink? And damn it, you gonna answer, and you gonna answer me. Promise you that. Yeah, man, we recognize. You know, I'm gonna.
Hey, out of order, you out of order, you out of order, hey. See? Let's get back.
This is precisely. So after the stranger was taken into custody, we got two trustees that pull up, body cam footage, no lights on in the vehicle, to talk about what they saw at this meeting.
You made it a package, dude. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate your time, sir.
Appreciate it.
Trustee, I've said hi to you a bunch of times. I don't know if I've met you, but I'm Rocky.
Hello, nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet
What's up, Rocky?
you. First, I'm going to start with this is being recorded right now. If either of you wishes to not be recorded, if you tell me now, I will turn it off. It is up to you. It's to document any statements you make about what occurred tonight. About what occurred tonight.
No, not recorded.
No recording?
No.
No recording? Okay, no problem.
I want you to, that's a very important moment right here, literally right here. Very important moment. Very important moment that just passed right there. And so we're just going to go briefly because I do not wish to revisit the whole of this meeting because, number one, the world thinks that this is reflective of the 20,000 residents in Dolton. This is reflective of this number of people right here. Not and I don't mean all of the people in the room. So that makes those numbers even smaller.
Stop doing that. Let's have a meeting. Again, I would like to set it forth so that we can have town meetings. Let's go back to having 2 meetings per month like we're supposed to in our ordinance, and that will prevent a lot of things. You acting as if you don't know, because if we all have this conversation with the residents, they'll know, we'll know, and you'll know. This is a team effort. It's a team, Dolton, not a one-man band. Thank you, Mayor.
Okay, so what I truly believe, trustee, is that you want to decrease the fines because you got tickets on your house for high credits. Your bushes will cut, your grass has hurts, right? So you're not a trustee, Dr. Stubbs, that put in ordinance. Your bushes will cut, your grass has hurts, right? So you're not a trustee, Dr. Stubbs, that put in ordinance.
We're stopping right there because woo, what was said was after Trustee Norwood spoke, which I definitely do agree. There should be 2 meetings a month. You all should be meeting all together, and then having this meeting where you are presenting in front of the residents instead of arguing with each other. One of the things that I don't understand, though, is it's pretty much a majority vote on whatever you all do. So I don't understand why people are arguing. It's okay to state your point. This is why we're doing this. But we've also seen that that's not always the case. We've seen, or maybe everyone hasn't seen, early on, the trustees were asked, why are you making this decision? What is it? Can you state your reason for making the decision? And the trustees seem to piggyback off of each other or just refuse to answer.
Drawn out discussion. That's why I let everybody talk, have the floor, say how they felt.
You can't.
Dollars of a $24 million budget is being conservative. That just is not how Wayne the other. It's like it's $85,000 you took out of the budget for small items compared to things that's really needed to fix what we all ran on. So I'm just
attention to them and help them and enhance the quality of life.
Mayor, may I be recognized?
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question because it sounds as if, when you're saying cut the youth. I mean, I think that it was you that explained to me that at any given time, we can always add money to the budget, meaning if we reduce it at this point to take down the spending as of now, due to the fact that a lot of these numbers are projections, that we can always go back and make changes. So for instance, if we limit it to 35,000, that does not totally mean that if the youth program, and I'm asking the head of the youth committee, it doesn't mean.
Okay, so it's never a good idea to to put a line item in a budget and then try to go back and say, oh, we need more money. That right there is basic board knowledge. You want to, if anything, put the more reasonable number in and then you spend that. But it's never a good idea to have to go back and say, oh, well, we're doing this much, but now we need to go back and make a whole vote to do another thing. The reason for that is you never know what's going to happen once it comes around again where you need more money. It could be kind of an emergency. It could be something coming up. But now you have to go back, do a board meeting, a special board meeting. Everyone has to meet. It just seems like it creates more trouble than it would need to be if you just vote on the budget. That's what it is.
If we need more money, we can't go back to the board and ask for some at a later time, correct?
Yeah, you can always adjust the budget. But my thing is, we need that now. So why would you guys cut that? That's not going to hurt us at all. When I created the budget was at a surplus of $13,000 overage, and everything was included that everybody wanted. We even gave the clerk a full-time clerk with benefits. So everybody got what they wanted. So
just want to make sure you guys heard that everybody got what they want. This is what she said. Everyone got what they wanted at the end of the day. Everyone's looking serious except for Trustee Belcher.
But for the cut little things such as, which is big to me, the youth, when we need to create things to give them stuff to do, I just didn't think that was right. I think we should definitely leave that there. And we shouldn't go back and amend that due to the fact that we're still cutting high grass, due to the fact that whether it's from a shift and you can still keep them employed here in the village of Dolton as relates to leaves, to remove the leaves, and then also a snow removal service. So either way, I'm going to create it just so that we have that here in the village of Dolton. I was just hoping that the board was with me on making sure the youth was currently.
I really fail to see what's so funny. This is unprofessional. Look at Kiana Belcher's face. It's unprofessional. Jason is serious. She's laughing. She's the only person sitting there like this is a joke.
Be working and constantly working throughout the year, throughout the season. So that was my thing about it.
Mayor?
So, yes.
Mayor, I do want to add one note.
Oh, go ahead.
No, this is Chris.
Okay, Chris.
I do want to add one note. If at a later date the board does decide to raise the budget, the board can only raise the budget up to what is currently thing. They can change budget lines, but they cannot raise the overall budget for each fund without going through this same process they're going through now. So if down the line they do want to raise the budget for the youth, they would have to equally offset something on a different line item or redo this entire budget process with public hearing and everything.
Mm-hmm. Boom. That's what I just said. Literally what I just said. In a better way. Thank you, Mr. Cristiano Mirabali. What happened to him? Hashtag where's Chris? I don't know. Like, it seems like y'all have some good people. Only person, like I said, only person looks like this is a joke is Kiana. Now she looking down because he just basically told everybody the truth.
Steve. Okay. Okay. So hold on 1 second.
We pretty much take it all. Fridges and dishwashers.
Done the work. Is it a reason for why you removing the items?
Wow.
You can go through each one and tell us why you're removing them.
Okay, so this is our issue, which has come across the board several times now. When you first asked for fireworks, you asked for $5,000 for the fireworks show. We spent $3,000 in June that was paid to Mad Bombers. I requested a copy of donations before anybody says we got donations. We got a $2,000 donation from the Thornton Township, and then $1,000, which I don't know if that was actually for the fireworks from 5 Point Star Concrete. But you went over the $5,000 and spent an additional $3,000. Total bills right now for special events that you spent is $30,000 in 3 months. The spending for these events has become ridiculous. So I feel as a resident that this show, which was a nice show, but of course it did not come in consent with all the additional spending that you made a decision to spend. So I'm asking to remove those items until we can do something about your spending.
I'm so glad that you said 3 months because I was just thinking like, didn't she just get in there in May? Like, didn't she literally just really get in there? But what was with that clap? That is unprofessional. Perhaps there was an overspending issue. I don't know. I wasn't there. However, you have to pay those people. You had the fireworks show. What? So instead of talking to the mayor before this meeting, you came here to clap your hands about to spend the end of 3 months. What? Anyway.
as it relates to anything on this agenda, I always encourage each trustee, y'all know my phone number, you can call and ask questions about anything you have a problem with on this agenda. You guys do not. The people, meaning the residents, is tired of this show here, and they asked us to talk about all this behind closed doors before we get here. But here we are. If y'all would ask me what the issues are or what's the problem as it relates to Mayor Bummer, I would have told you. I did not overspend anything. I exactly what the board asked of me. Now, we are the people on the contract as it relates to Mayor Bummer. We have to pay them the money and get our money back from the other party that stated they was paying the other $5,000. Other than that, I'm not over budget. I spent exactly what you guys approved for me. But on here now, today, that you see for the money, that's the money that's owed to them. And then we have to get our difference back from the other vendor that stated they was paying us for the put on the show. That's number one. Number two, you said something about media. I don't understand why you won't pay the media and Ed Steves know more than anybody how much something like this costs. I've talked to him several times about paying what is his real name? I call him Chu, but paying RV or Marvell for his services. The guy comes out, he does a service, he sit here, he films everybody, he includes everybody, and I don't understand why we would not pay him. It's been over a month since he has gotten paid, and he did this service. So here it is on month 2, and you saying we still want to pay him what is owed to him. And then
Very well said. Wow, that's quite interesting that former trustee Ed Steve's name keeps coming up with regard to Facebook, bobblehead, media, chats. That's not what the board is about. I mean, I understand paying media, but this may be how one of the reasons why we are where we are. People are concerned about who's doing what on Facebook, chats. You can look at this chat right here. This is the Village of Dolton website. I understand there was a fight or argument. When I say fight, I don't mean physical. There was an argument about allowing people to say what they want to say in the chat. I have since looked at, I do not know, because it's over 20 cities just in a small amount of time, looking at their villages, their village board meetings, their town board meetings, their city board meetings, their town halls. Most of them have the comments off. And one reason being is they're a government entity. So why would you take a chance, especially on a YouTube platform, of something coming up in your chat and you're a government agency? So that makes perfect sense that you would want to have your comments while live in the chat. And then as people watch it, they can leave a comment and let the algorithm in YouTube determine whether those comments are appropriate. That would be the way to go. But I don't say allegedly, and just to say that is what she was referring to on camp property. So let's continue.
You normally go, you meet with
Not the bra strap showing. Don't even try to BS. Let's keep going because that's not suitable for our eyes with the elderly.
the people that you pay the money to say these are the recommendations that you guys need to have.
And Kiana Bridges said, So we're gonna just go ahead, fast forward through the end of the meeting.
Hey, Keith. Hey, you need a good mechanic. Hit me up. 34 years. All right.
But just reality check TV. And I think he was calling people over.
You on the curb, baby?
You got the paper I gave you?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to die. I never got on the internet cussing you out. Tell him come over here so you can show it.
Oh.
I was gonna upload
I just gotta show it to you.
Upload.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let us
and
see
then-
it real quick. I want her to be one of the first people to see it too. 'Cause I think she do
Paperwork. I was
camouflage.
gonna. I can send it to him.
Camouflage report.
Oh yeah. He said you do. He said you do fair reporting.
You talking to KP? The best people you can talk.
And that is exactly what you all did. That's exactly what y'all did. Now, I know my eyes don't deceive me. This was Reality Check TV talking about Keith Price's band must have been doing something that Reality Check TV Chicago saw or heard, because he like, look, if you need a mechanic, hit me up. Now, they're calling everybody else over. You can hear that they're giving out papers, which pretty much are not financials, public information, but it looks like packets were being given out. And I just now see, as people try to call people over, it exactly what she said. Y'all gonna have me on Dolton Politics, and then that doggone page, what happened with it? People did this. Nope. Here's the proof. Y'all just anything. Gotta look at it from all sides. Gotta look at it from all sides. Period. Because if I hadn't seen this, I might have been questioning, well, dang, did she just like put some financials up or something? I mean, who knows what people do when they're upset. But seeing this in real time, no. So any and everybody who said it, who thought it, who wrote it, you a lie. You're probably not going to retract your statement, but that's okay, because as the cameraman with the unrivaled coverage says, it's up for liars 2024 and beyond. That's just what it is. That's just what's happening. That's just what's going on right now. Point. So this is a snippet of the paperwork. That's another snippet of the paperwork. And looking at it, all of this stuff truly is public information.
And all that.
You know what? Don't put this online if that's okay. I mean, I would say that because of the,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The
But
legality.
it's up to you. It's your channel. But
Wait. What? Not Burgundy Blue saying Don't put this up. Up, what? Wait a minute. Couldn't be, but it has to be because I heard it with my own 2 ears. That's why we have one mouth and 2 ears to listen. Can we listen to that again? Can we hear that again? Can I go?
Paperwork. I can send it to you.
Can we just?
How they move? You think they should move? Okay. I think people make their move. Okay, go ahead.
I gotta make sure my ears don't deceive
Next
me.
slide. We going.
Next slide.
Oh no.
You still almost got 900 people in it. Stay live. You still on your trip?
What does this mean for like the village? Like, if we like, is it for like? I mean, because I'm learning politics. Is it because it's election time? We should know that when we read vote. It's recent. Oh man.
Oh, this with cars and all that.
You know what? Don't put this online if that's okay. I mean, I would say that because of the ad,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's up to you. It's your channel. But
I think they should move. I mean, people move and how they move.
You think they should move? Okay.
I think people make their move.
Okay, go
I think
ahead.
the move
You go
is the
ahead.
move.
I'm not the end all be all.
So y'all heard that, right? I know I did. I'm not tripping. I heard her. I'm not the end all be all. But if anything, you all need to, and I don't mean all, how we talk. If it don't apply, let it fly. That's what I always say. But let me correct myself in this moment and say, if we all don't search for information ourselves, if we're not looking to get information ourselves, no matter what channel we heard it from, that's the telephone game. When is the last time you played the telephone game? I know for me it was like 2nd, maybe 3rd grade. I don't even think it was 3rd grade. That's how we learned that when someone says something, by the time it gets to the last person, it's an entirely different story. And it's no excuse now that we have encyclopedias online, we have the internet online, we have Google. You can Google anything these days and bring it up. In this case, the people that are doing the talking are right there in the same vicinity, in the same town, in the same village, in the same township, who can directly ask this woman, this beautiful woman, whatever questions they want to without being weird, without running up on people and trying to act like you're tough. We're grown. I mean, all that walking up on people, tough stuff, and I'm not just speaking about this incident, this or burgundy blue. I'm speaking in general. In general, in the world, when I see a grown person walk up on somebody and just be like, a whoop-de-woo, whatever, A, B, C, D, period, poo, point blank, material, girl, whatever. When I see that, it takes me right back to Dolton in high school, because that's the last place that I've seen people doing this. I haven't seen anything at all like this since high school, when people were like, period, poo, and they just walking up on you. At some point, not age-wise, at some point mentally, you have to be in a place to receive information.
A little bit.
These addresses.
I just want to know how y'all don't want to vote. I told y'all don't.
Wait, now what happened with Keith? What happened with Keith? Did he get fired? Did anybody vote on his fire? Nobody wants to vote?
Trina, double down.
Whoever did this is horrible. Whoever used the brand,
Shout out Trina Queen.
whoever did all this shit that they've been complaining about, y'all didn't get fired. $15,000 a year. Wow, how many people got fired today? I was dealing with everybody. It was like a total of seven people. Wow. Wow. Did we get the settlement? The settlement was through? Okay, because I know everything was in closed session. I could stay down here. It's just too much of it. Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. Did y'all go over that out at the? Because I couldn't hear. Did y'all go over it in the board?
No, we didn't get a chance.
Second time. Can I ask you something? You guys can share recording. Can I ask a question? Thank you. Y'all such a young group. I mean, here and there. I be proud of y'all because y'all young. I grew up with the stars. Everybody was. The only way you was leaving was in a time box. Okay. You're cute. You know. But what do you think about? What do you think about like?
Please pause to read yourself. I'm not gonna pause it to read.
Let's throw it all out and start over.
They did have to pause it and stop it. They won't read.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just so you know, we're clear. Even though this document is here on Reality Check Chicago TV's live stream, this went out in droves to the normal, regular people who don't hop into Facebook, that your average people that you would not even think of. This has gone out to so many people in paper form, electronically. I mean, to think that what Burgundy Lou and who Keith Price and Michael Smith, they colluded to send this out to the over 20,000 people. Are you serious? If you believe that, then I need to start becoming a part of a team, cause like this is crazy. I'm not on nobody team, but if there's just three little people, they gonna say that y'all with Tiffany. I forgot. Well, hey, if I thought Tiffany was dumb, cause this not me saying this. This is what everybody been saying. She's stupid and all this, but if they colluding with her to do all this, she's smarter than we all thought she was, and we have underestimated her. But let's take a look at this, because this is what I was saying was very important.
You know who I am?
Yes, I do. How you doing, Miss Bettina?
I'd like it if you don't ever speak about my family ever again.
When did I speak about your family?
You mentioned my son and his age regarding the incident with Staples.
That's what I'm talking about. Walking up on people, walking up on folks. I literally just said this, and this is the exact thing that I'm talking about.
I mentioned your son
My
and his
son
age.
and his age.
Do me a favor. Send me a clip of me doing that. It's no problem. But I do commentary, so I report the news.
Well, you said something about, I don't know why his mother's making such a big deal. He was 28. He was 26 when it happened. And until
In
you
that
have
conversation. Yeah.
So
That's it. And
yeah,
yeah.
don't mention my family.
And you have to. I have no.
Okay, so it has all this literally makes no sense. Somebody come get your people person because stuff like this is unnecessary. And one of the reasons I'm going to tell you that this is unnecessary is because A, you don't even live there. You don't live there. You came to approach somebody, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I understand. Maybe that's justifiable. But you also came all the way here, and who were the people that pumped you up? Who were those people? Were those the very people that have been talking about you? Specifically, two people. I'm not even gonna cap. Like, I know that it was 50 million people talking about you. I just know the two people in particular that were your friend, and then I don't know how you're friends with people, but you turn around and say that, oh my goodness, she allegedly, not my words, she forced this person to marry her after coming from up north, and she has bad breath, and she's so jealous of this person and that person. I am not going to say the names of the specific two people that I know that this lady was supposed to be jealous of, allegedly, not my words. I am just saying what I heard at the time when I heard it. But these same people who were talking about you are probably the very ones that pumped you up to make you feel like, oh yeah, go do this. But also what I don't understand is, why would you come from inside the meeting just to do this, just to go back in? I mean, everybody can have adult conversations, and this is not the way to approach anybody because, for one, all of this aside, whoever it is, let's just bring it back to random anonymous people, two people meeting on the street. The way you walk up to somebody, I don't care what color you are, but when you walk up on somebody, you really need to be careful because you don't know if they've got pepper spray, mace, pew-pews. You don't know. A bag of nickels. You just don't know. And this is something that I actually, it's not, this isn't funny. What I'm really taken aback because this is something that I explain to youth groups, youth, like I don't, but this is a very valuable lesson because when you walk up on somebody in a way like, hey, do you know who I would appreciate? You don't know what mindset the other person is in. I'm just keeping it all the way 100. You do not know what mindset the other person is in, and you don't know what they have, and you don't know what could happen. Essentially, it can go the other way around. The other person could have escalated. You don't know what they have, but that was unnecessary, totally unnecessary, because I'm going to tell you the peace and the quiet of what was happening outside of Village Hall, because this was during the meeting. This ending part of this video, this was not at the end of the Dolton board meeting. So this was specifically done to leave out of the meeting taking up a seat of a resident to actually come and walk up on a resident to go back in and retake the seat of a resident. I mean, it doesn't make sense on any freaking level, not one. So, I mean, please come together. Please keep all the people that don't live there out of your actual residential conversations, because none of us, and that includes me, it doesn't include my family, but me specifically and personally, I don't have to pay a water bill in Dolton next month. So what is it that you all need? I'm not paying a mortgage in Dolton, but my family members are concerned that they're in debt owning versus accumulating equity. It was actually Queen Trina Downs that said it was 20 something percent in debt if you're a homeowner. Like, what? And you check my number. You can't check my numbers. I'm just throwing something out there. It's what I think I remember. Please check with Trina Downs, who is a very intelligent person. She can give you all of the actual information that you need to understand what it is as a resident to help try to bring you, the town and the village, out of this. Lastly, I just want to say that in the loving theme of my favorite person, Mr. Fred Rogers, I just so hope that since you all are all in that neighborhood together, that somehow the trustees and the mayor will cut out all the outside noise and come together and rerun together, minus a couple, maybe one person in particular. But again, I'm not a resident, so that's just my view and opinion. But come together, and as residents, come together and figure out what it is that you need at the end of all of this. What happens to you? 2025, what happens to you, the residents? What happens to my family that lives throughout the township? What happens to your families? Some of you all don't live there, but your families do as well. So what does clean house really 2025 mean? What's the plan? What's the plan? What is the exact plan? And lastly, be kind. Choose compassion. I know it's hard, but kindness and compassion is a muscle, but it's just like physical exercise. If you work it out, it'll work for you. So let's just remember that going forward. Keep people's names out your mouth if you don't want your name in theirs, and focus on what it is that you need, regardless of who sits in the seat of a mayor, president, vice president. At the very end of it, as individuals, as a community, we have to focus on what it is that we need to survive and thrive, regardless. That's the focus. That should be the focus. And with that, I'm sending everyone love and light. Peace.